Yesterday, we have seen liquidity ratios. Under which current ratio and the second one quick ratio. We have seen already in the first type these two ratios, current ratio and quick ratio. In this, what is the formula we have seen so far? Current ratio is equal to current assets by current liabilities, and whereas for quick ratio, quick assets by current liabilities. These are the two formulae we have seen already. That is, current ratio is equal to current assets by current liabilities, and the quick ratio is equal to quick assets by the same current liabilities. This is the first one. And quick assets, what do you mean by current assets? Means it is given as it is, cash equivalents, etc. All those things we have seen already. Quick assets in the sense current assets minus inventories minus prepaid expenses. These things should be minus. This is what we have seen in the last class, that is yesterday. This ratio is found out to meet the short-term obligations. What does it mean? What is the value of assets? What is the value of liability? Whether with the available assets, the liabilities can be met out or not. இருக்கிற அசெட்ஸை வச்சுட்டு சமாளிக்க முடியுமா? It is for short term. This is for short term obligations. Short term. Now, the second type is long term solvency ratios. Long-term solvency ratios. In this first we are going to see the debt equity ratio. The debt equity ratio. This name itself indicates, or you can find easily that this is for short-term liquidity ratios, the same assets and liabilities. Here for long-term purposes, if in the long run whether the liabilities can be met out, how far it can be, for that purpose we are using these ratios, under which there are three types of ratios. The first ratio is debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio. And we are going to see this now. What is the formula to find the debt equity ratio? Debt equity ratio is equal to long-term debt whole divided by shareholders fund. Shareholders fund or shareholders funds, as it is given in the book. This is the formula. So, to obtain the ratio, we need a long-term debt and shareholders fund. We should find separately what are the long-term debts, and the next one is shareholders fund. We should find the answer for these two, then we can substitute there to find the debt-equity ratio. Now we should know what are the items coming under long-term debts. Under long-term debts, the debentures are coming, bonds are coming, long-term borrowings are coming, long-term loans are coming. So what are the items coming under these long-term debts? 1, debenture, 2, bonds, then third one, long-term borrowings, fourth one, long-term loans. These are the 4 items coming under this. And regarding the shareholders funds, here what we can write, the different types of shares and the reserves and the surplus. What are the different types of shares? Equity shares, preference shares and reserves and surplus. These are the 3 items which will come under this. And we should see what are the items given in the problem. Only we can take those things. The first one is long-term debts. What are the long-term debts here? Long-term debts. Under this I said, what are the items? Debentures. Then next one is bonds. Third one, long-term borrowings, long-term loan. And out of these 4 items, what is given in illustration 4? What is given in illustration 4? You can go to the problem given under illustration 4. See, I once again repeat, when you discuss about the long-term debts, we should see what are the items given in the problem. Of course, there are 4 items to be considered for long-term debts. Just now I said debentures, then next one bonds, then the third one long-term borrowings, fourth one long-term loan. And these are the 4 items. Out of these 4, what is given in the problem? See, in this long-term borrowings, debentures only is given long-term. Out of those 4 items, what I said, long-term borrowings. This is here debenture. It is given in the book itself. What is the amount of long-term borrowings or debenture? Here this is 80,000. This is 80,000. Then regarding the shareholders fund, I once again remind you, different types of shares plus reserves and surplus. What are the different types of shares? Only 2 shares are available for you. One is the equity share, other one is the preference shares. So, equity shares, preference shares, plus reserve and surplus. Is all these 3 are given here? Yes, we can find the equity share capital is given in this problem. Equity share capital, no preference shares given. Then reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus. So what is the amount of equity share capital? 1 lakh. What is reserves and surplus? 60,000. So totally it comes to 1,60,000. Now we have got the numerator value long-term debts and the denominator value shareholders fund here. So you substitute and write, this is long-term debts 80,000 by 1,60,000. 4 zeros you can cancel. Here 1828. What you should write in the denominator, you should write only one, whatever the number in the denominator. Yesterday itself I said, whatever the number in the denominator, you should divide that number and you should put 1. Divide 2 by 2, 1. Divide 1 by 2. Divide 1 by 2. No 2. Add 0, then 5 2s are 10. Of course, half is 0.5, you know. Denominator, it must be compulsory 1. For that, what you must do? You take the denominator number and divide it by the same number. Divide the number, denominator number, both the numerator and the denominator. If you divide the numerator, it will be 1 by 2. If you divide the denominator, it is 2 by 2. So, by what number you should divide? What is given in the denominator? கீழே என்ன இருக்கோ அந்த நம்பரால மேலேயே டிவைட் பண்ணு, கீழே டிவைட் பண்ணு. If you divide like that, what you will get? 1 by 2 is 0.5 and 2 by 2 is 1, because general principle or idea here what they follow is the denominator must be 1. So this fraction can be written in the form of a ratio. 0.5 is to 1. 0.5 is to 1. That's all. So I once again repeat the same. Then what is given in this problem? The first ratio is debt equity ratio under long-term solvency ratios. For that, we should remember the formula, what is given. So for that, the formula is debt equity ratio is long-term debt by shareholders fund. What do we mean by long-term debt? I repeat once again, debenture, bonds, long-term loan, long-term borrowings. These are the 4 items for long-term debt. But in the given problem, out of these 4 items, only one is given, that is long-term borrowings or debenture. So long-term debt only 80,000. If all the 4 items are given, we can add it together and find the total. And the denominator shareholders fund. This share itself indicates that whatever the shareholders have or the company has, we should consider it. What are the different types of shares? One is the equity share, other one is the preference shares. These are the 2 types of shares. In this problem, only equity share is given, therefore equity share capital. In addition to that, reserves and the surplus will be included in these funds, therefore plus the reserves and the surplus. So equity share 1 lakh, this is reserve and surplus 60,000, 1,60,000. The numerator answer 80,000, denominator answer 1,60,000. You divide these 2, then in that case 8 by 16, simplify further 1 by 2, and you take the denominator number and divide both the numerator and the denominator. இந்த கீழே உள்ள நம்பரை எடுத்துட்டு அந்த நம்பரால மேலே டிவைட் பண்ணு, கீழே டிவைட் பண்ணு. So 1 by 2, here 2 by 2. As per the rule, 2 by 2 becomes 1. 1 by 2 is 0.5. Therefore, 0.5 is to 1. This is the debt equity ratio. Now we shall pass on to the exercise problem 1. Exercise problem 1. What is given in problem 4? It is exercise 4. What is given in the problem? From the following information, calculate debt equity ratio. What is debt equity ratio? Long-term debts by shareholders fund. So to find the value of numerator, this long-term debts equal to what I said, debenture, bonds, long-term borrowings, long-term loan. These are the 4 items. Out of these 4 items, what is given here in the problem? In the problem, as it is in the example, only long-term borrowings is given. Long-term borrowings. This is debenture. And what is the amount of it is equal to 6 lakhs. Then no more item out of these 4, only one item is given. Then the next one is shareholders fund. Different types of shares plus reserves and surplus. And what is there in this problem also? Equity share capital plus reserve and surplus. Reserve and surplus. And what are the different types of shares? Only equity share capital, reserves and surplus. This is equity share capital is 6 lakhs plus reserve and surplus 2 lakhs. So totally it comes to 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs. Now you should understand that what do you mean by shares and what do you mean by debenture. I told you very many times in other classes, shares are the small portion of the capital which is divided by the company on its own convenience as per the direction given by the Company Act. As per the direction given by the Company Act. Say for example, in a company, if the amount to be invested is some 6 crores, say for example, that 6 crores cannot be collected from a single person or from 100 persons. And therefore, what the company will do, that 6 crores amount will be divided by 6 lakh shares, and that 6 lakhs shares will be available in the company for the common man to purchase them. Then those shares will be bought by the common man and thereby they will become shareholders, and that is called share. Just by buying the shares, they become the shareholder. Indirectly, we can call them as owner. Share வாங்குறதுனால கம்பெனியில் அவன் இன்டைரக்டாக ஓனர்னு சொல்லிக்கலாம். This is shareholder. What about debenture? At the time of scarcity of funds, at the time of paucity of funds, shortage of funds, what the company will do, the company will request the public to give amount in the name of loan. Public companies. For that they will issue a certificate. For the amount borrowed, the company will issue a certificate which is called a debenture. வாங்கின கடனுக்காக கொடுக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு சர்டிஃபிகேட் தான் என்னன்னு சொல்கிறது, டிபென்ச்சர். They will issue 5,000 rupees debenture, 10,000 rupees debenture, 1 lakh debenture, இந்த மாதிரி they will issue. And therefore, this is the loan, whereas the share is the amount invested into the business. அது அவன் ஷேர் வாங்குறதுனால அவன் ஷேர் ஹோல்டர் ஆயிடும். இங்கே வந்து லோன் அந்த கம்பெனி கொடுக்கறதுனால he will become a creditor to the company. இவன் கடன்காரன், கடன் கொடுத்தவன் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். ஸோ You should understand the meaning of this dimension. Okay, now we shall continue this. What is the numerator amount? 6 lakhs. Whole divided by shareholders fund 8 lakhs. This is equal to 3 2s, 5 zeros are cancelled, 3 2s, 4 2s. What we should do, I told you already, divide both numerator and denominator by what? Either by 3 or 4, by the denominator amount. So what you can write? Numerator by 4, denominator by 4. எந்த நம்பரால மேலே கீழே டிவைட் பண்ணணும்னா டினாமினேட்டர்ல என்ன நம்பர் இருக்கோ அதால பெனிஃபிட். So 3 by 4, 4 by 4. This is equal to 3 by 4 by 1. So denominator will be 1. What should be the numerator? Divide 3 by 4. No 4. Add 0, put the point. 7 4s are 28 by minus 2, 20. 5 4s are 20, remainder 0. And you can remember easily, if it is 1 by 4, 0.25. If it is 1 by 2, 0.5. If it is 3 by 4, 0.75. You need not divide and show. This is for your reference. You need not show all these things. So you can write 0.75 and you write it in the form 0. Ratio 0.5 is to 1. This is the debt equity ratio. Your direction. The second type of ratio under this long-term solvency ratio is proprietary ratio. Proprietary ratio. What is the formula for proprietary ratio? Proprietary ratio is equal to, in the previous problem, what we have written, long-term debt by shareholders fund. This is long-term debts by shareholders fund. Now, in proprietary ratio, it is equal to, this denominator becomes the numerator, shareholders fund by total assets. This is for proprietary ratio. Proprietary ratio is equal to shareholders fund, that is, in the previous problem, the shareholder fund was in the denominator. In this proprietary ratio, the shareholders fund is in the numerator. Therefore, shareholders fund by total assets. This is the formula. So whenever you are given a question, how you should proceed for the answer. For the question, what is the formula, you write. And for the formula, there is numerator and the denominator. For the numerator, you collect the number, that is, find the total. For the denominator, you find the total. Then you substitute in the formula, you will find the answer. This is the procedure you should follow. So as such, what we must do, First, let us find the numerator, shareholders fund. Don't change the order. Sometimes even in the book, the denominator value will be found out first and the numerator value will be found out next. Don't do it. First take the numerator, find the value, then you take the denominator, find the value. Because what happens in a hurry in the examination, this numerator value you will write in the denominator value you will write in the numerator. The total work will be spoiled, it will be a waste and you will be losing a mark. So you must be very careful. You follow certain procedure. So shareholders fund is the first item what you should prepare. Even in the book you can find see the shareholders fund is taken as the second item for the proprietary ratio. Okay, then you see what is the shareholders fund? Shareholders fund, as I said, equity share capital, preference share capital, and reserve and surplus. These are the three items. So in this problem, all the three are given. So we can write equity share capital plus all types of shares. All types of shares in the sense plus preference share capital plus reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus. This is equal to equity share capital 1 lakh plus preference share capital 75,000 plus reserves and surplus 25,000. This is illustration 5. So the total will be 2 lakhs. So for the numerator we have found out the values. Then denominator, total assets. That is whatever the type of assets, current assets, non-current assets, fixed assets, whatever it is, all type of assets it should be included. Here appealing all the items, fixed assets, non-current investment, cash and the cash equivalents, everything is given. In addition, further there is one more step. The total itself is given in the problem itself. Therefore, total assets in this problem is 4 lakh. If the total of the assets is not given, you should find the total. So, all type of assets, that is fixed assets 2,75,000, non-current investments 50,000, cash and cash equivalents 75,000. You should add all the items and find the total. Now we can substitute it here. What is shareholders fund? 2 lakhs. What is the amount of total assets? 4 lakhs. And if you divide it 2 by 4, further if you divide it, simplify it 1 by 2, this is equal to what you should do? Denominator number of remaining divide panninum. That is 1 by 2 by 2 by 2. What you will get? 1 by 2 by 2 by 2 is what? 1. That is 1 by 2 by 1, which is equal to, I told you already, 1 by 4, what is the value? You just remember, 1 by 2, what is the value? 3 by 4, what is the value? Instead of dividing and finding it, you may make some mistakes. 1 by 4 is 0.25. This is always a permanent and fixed value. 1 by 2 is 0.5. 3 by 4 is 0.75. Right. Here 1 by 2, therefore 0.5 by 1, which is in the form 0.5 is to 1. So, what you should remember for this? You should remember the formula here. You should remember the formula here. What is the formula? Say, for debt to equity ratio, long-term debts by shareholders fund. This is in the denominator. Whereas for the proprietary ratio, this denominator becomes numerator. That is shareholders fund by total assets. What do you mean by shareholders fund by total assets? What do you mean by shareholders fund? In the previous ratio itself I said shareholders fund means all type of shares. That is preference share, equity share if they are given. If only one share is given, you take that one share plus reserve and surplus. In this problem, both the type of shares are given and in addition reserve and surplus is given. So all the three values add and write the answer here. So shareholders fund 2 lakhs, total assets it is given, the total itself is given. If the total is not given, you can add all the assets, all type of assets, whether it is current assets, non-current assets, fixed assets, whatever the type of assets, all the assets should be added together and find the answer. But luckily in this problem, the total assets are given. The total itself, in the problem itself it is given. Question. So you can take this as it is. So substitute the values here, simplify, you will get 2 by 4, it is 1 by 2. What I said, I told you very simple technique. Denominator என்ன நம்பர் இருக்கோ அதால நிறைய எண்ணையும் டிவைட் பண்ணுது. So 2 by 2 numerator 1 by 2. 2 by 2 is 1, numerator 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is 0.5. Therefore 0.5 by 1. It can be written in the form of a ratio 0.5 is to 1. In problem number 5 from the exercise, problem number 5, what we are supposed to find from the following balance sheet of Sundaram Limited, calculate proprietary ratio, the second type of ratio. What is proprietary ratio? As I said, shareholders fund by total assets. So we must find the shareholders fund. In the problem, what are the shares, reserves and surplus given? Equity share capital is given. And preference share capital is given. Once again, I remind you the different types of shares are equity shares and preference shares. Sometimes in some problems, one type of share may be given. In this problem, both the types of shares are given, so we are writing for the shareholders fund plus reserves and the surplus. Reserves and the surplus. Okay. Now we can write the amount here. This is equal to 2,50,000 plus 1,50,000 plus the third amount is 50,000. So the total will be 4,50,000. This is the shareholders fund. What about the total assets? The the total assets, non-current assets, fixed assets 4,60,000, non-current investments 1 lakh, cash and cash equivalents 40,000. Totally it comes to 6 lakhs. Therefore, the total assets in the problem itself is given. The total assets value is 6 lakhs. So this is equal to 6 lakhs. It is the total itself is given. Therefore, we need not find the total. Substitute all these values here. Shareholders fund 4,50,000. Total assets 6 lakhs. And you can cancel these 4 zeros. Then 3 15s are 45, 4 15s are 60. Then what I said, what you must do, you take the denominator number by that number, divide both numerator and denominator. So numerator by 4, denominator by 4. So 3 by 4 by 1. So what it is, this is equal to 3 by 4 by 1, which is equal to what is 3 by 4? I told you just now 0.75 by 1, which is equal to 0.75 is to 1. Better remember what you should do. You should remember 1 by 4 value, 1 by 5 value, 3 by 4 value, so that you can save time in the examination hall. 0.25, 0.5, 0.75. Okay? Right. We can go to illustration 6. And what is the third type of ratio under long-term solvency ratio? This ratio is called the capital gearing ratio. Capital gearing ratio. What is this capital gearing ratio? Funds bearing fixed interest or fixed dividend. Funds bearing fixed interest or fixed dividend whole divided by equity shareholders fund. Equity shareholders fund. Equity shareholders fund. So, what is the formula for capital gearing ratio? Capital gearing ratio is equal to funds bearing fixed interest or fixed dividend. Funds bearing fixed interest or fixed dividend. This is the numerator, a long numerator. Funds bearing fixed interest or fixed dividend. Fixed interest or fixed dividend whole divided by equity share holders fund. So we must find first the numerator and the denominator. That is the numerator, funds bearing fixed interest or fixed dividend. This is what we must find. Then the denominator, it is equity shareholders fund. Before going to do the problem, I should explain you something. Listen. Here, what are the funds bearing fixed, the numerator, funds bearing fixed interest and fixed dividend. What are the items there? Fixed, first we should know what is this fixed interest and the fixed dividend. To whom the interest is given, to whom the dividend is given. For what type of shares or items the interest is given, and for what type of shares or items dividend is given. What do you mean by dividend? Listen carefully. Without understanding these terms' meaning, if you proceed further, you will develop only the mugging up quality, but not actually learning the subject here what is given. So, what is dividend? Dividend is a portion of the profit given to the shareholders. Dividend is the portion of the profit given to the shareholders. Even the dividend differs. There are two types of shares. One is the preference shares, other one is the equity share. In case of preference shareholders, the dividend is given at the fixed rate, whereas in case of an equity shareholder, the dividend is not given at the fixed rate. It depends upon the profit earned by the company. You should bear it in mind. Preference shareholders fixed 5%, 6%, 10%. Percentage whatever the profit earned by the company. But for equity shareholders, the interest is not fixed. Dividend is not fixed. What they give for the equity shareholders, profit earn பண்ணாங்கன்னா அதிகமாக earn பண்ணா அதிகமாக கிடைக்கும் in dividend. Profit கம்மியாக earn பண்ணா கம்மியாக கிடைக்கும். So it varies. So here the meaning funds bearing fixed interest in the sense what type of shares we can take. Fixed dividend, we will go there afterward. Funds bearing fixed dividend. எந்த ஷேருக்கு fixed dividend கொடுக்குறாங்க? Only for preference shares. So for equity shares, the dividend is not given at fixed rates. அது vary ஆகும். அப்போ here what does it mean funds bearing fixed dividend? Here funds bearing fixed dividend item is only preference share. நல்லா ஞாபகம். Preference sharesக்கு மட்டும்தான் ஃபிக்ஸடாக கொடுத்துக்கிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. ஈக்விட்டி ஷேருக்கு அதிகமாக ப்ராஃபிட் வந்தால் அதிகமாக டிவிடெண்ட் கிடைக்கும். கம்மியாக ப்ராஃபிட் வந்தால் கம்மியாக டிவிடெண்ட் கிடைக்கும். யூ ஷுட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் இட். ஸோ இன் திஸ் கான்டெக்ட் what type of share we should take? Only preference share we should take for the fixed dividend. Then for fixed interest, for all types of borrowings, the interest is given at the fixed rate, what they have promised to give. இந்த ஒரு கடன் ஆனால் அவங்களுக்கு 6% இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் தரேன்னு சொன்னால் அந்த 6% தான் கொடுப்பாங்க. அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி லோன் அண்ட் அதர் பாரோயிங்ஸ் இன்க்ளூடிங் டிபென்ச்சர், the debenture certificate it is mentioned 6% interest will be paid, 10% interest will be paid. அப்போ அதெல்லாம் fixed. அப்போ it is the fixed interest. So fixed interest for dividend and fixed interest for debenture, fixed interest for preference shares. Fixed dividend யாருக்கு கொடுப்பாங்க அப்படின்னா preference shares, shareholders. ஃபிக்ஸட் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் யாருக்கு கொடுப்பாங்கன்னா டிபென்ச்சர் ஹோல்டர்ஸ் இருக்காங்கல்ல, கடன் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க அவங்களுக்கு. ஸோ ஆஃப்டர் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இட் we can go there. And I should explain this. And other than this, here in debt equity ratio and proprietary ratio, it is shareholders fund. Generally it is given. So in shareholders fund, what are the shares that will appear? Preference shares வரும், equity shares வரும், in addition to the reserves and surplus will appear. So this is a shareholders fund is a general term, but in this formula you see it is equity shareholders fund. So in this case only equity shares you should take, not the preference shares you should take. Here for the numerator you should take only preference share. For the denominator, you should take only equity share, plus as usual reserves and surplus. Okay, understanding? Once again, I tell you for this. Here, what you can take? Preference shares எடுத்துக்கலாம், debenture எடுத்துக்கலாம். Because debenture வந்து fixed interest, preference shares fixed dividend. So we will take this. Here, shareholders fund usually we take their preference shares, equity shares and the reserves and surplus. But if the equity shares மட்டும்தான் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, therefore equity shares plus reserves and surplus we should buy. That's all. After understanding these 2 points, we shall pass on to illustration number 6. What is there in illustration number 6? We find the value of numerator. And what are they? 6% preference share capital. See, this is fixed dividend they will give at the rate of 6%. 6% preference share capital. This is one item for fixed dividend plus. Then long-term borrowing 8% debenture. Debenture holderக்கு 8% interest கொடுக்குறான், preference shareholdersக்கு 6% dividend கொடுக்குறான். So this is funds bearing fixed interest or fixed dividend, that is equal to the amount is preference share capital 6 lakhs, preference share capital 1 lakh plus 8% debenture 2 lakhs. So what is the total value? This will be 3 lakhs on the whole. Then equity shareholders fund. What is the amount of equity share capital? 2 lakhs. Here for equity shareholders fund, what we must consider, I said, equity share capital plus reserve and surplus, that we shall write. Equity share capital plus reserves and surplus. What are the reserves and surplus? General reserve In this problem, it is given separately. General reserve plus surplus 75,000. Three items are given. So, equity share capital here 2 lakhs plus general reserve 1,25,000. 1,25,000 plus surplus 75,000. So how much does it come? 325, 75, 4 lakhs. So numerator value is 3 lakhs. Denominator value 4 lakhs. If you simplify, all the zeros will be cancelled, you will get 3 by 4. Now you can write 3 by 4 by 1. 3 by 4 is 0.75 is to 1. That's what we have to find. 0.75 is 1. Once again, I should explain the formula. You should understand and do it. What is given actually here? The third one is the capital gearing ratio. And what is capital gearing ratio? Funds bearing fixed interest and fixed dividend. That is numerator. Divided by equity shareholders fund. What do you mean by funds bearing fixed interest and fixed dividend? Fixed interest is given for borrowings. It may be a loan, it may be a debenture, and for these things they promise to pay 6% interest, 8% interest, 10% interest. Therefore, it is fixed interest. And the next one is dividend. Dividend is given for the shareholders. What type of shareholders will get this dividend? Only preference shareholders will get fixed dividend. Whereas the equity shareholders will get varying dividend, not a fixed one, varying one. Profit அதிகமாக கிடைக்கும். Whereas for the preference shareholders, whatever the profit earned by the company, the dividend will be given at the fixed rate. So preference shareholders. So in this case, funds bearing fixed interest and fixed dividend. Fixed interest 8% given there. Fixed dividend for 6% preference share capital. So these are the two items. The numbers are added and written. Then in the first two formulae, it is given shareholders fund, but here it is equity shareholders fund. I told you just now the difference. What do you mean by shareholders fund and what do you mean by equity shareholders fund? Shareholders fund, share is given commonly, therefore you should take both equity share and preference shares, plus the reserves and surplus. But here you should take only equity share because it is specific. As it is in other formulae, shareholders fund is not given in general. Here only equity shareholders, only you should take equity share capital. And plus, as usual, reserve and surplus. So far in other problems, reserve and surplus are combinedly given, but in this problem, general reserve is separate and surplus is separate, and therefore these two items are given separately. So 1, 2, 3, these three items are added together and written. Numerator value 3 lakhs, denominator value 4 lakh. Simplify, you will get 3 by 4. Put 1 in the denominator and then you divide this 3 by 4, that is 3 divided by 4. 1 by 4, 0.25, 1 by 2, 0.5, 3 by 4, 0.75. You remember it and write 0.75 is to 1. This is the ratio.